welcome to another Mancademy training from nice guy to charismatic man. How to transform as a person without losing yourself. Because maybe you, just like me in the past, have ever felt like being the nice guy just is not getting you the results that you want, especially when it comes to attraction and respect. Maybe you're kind, you're caring, you're always there for others, but somehow you end up overlooked or stuck in the friend zone. What if you could keep your genuine, good-hearted nature, your genuinely curious nature, but you could add the charisma, the life experience, the magnetic presence that actually makes people see you in a whole new light. So today in this training, you are going to discover exactly how to make that transformation without losing the part of you that matters most. In this training, I'm going to dive deep into how to, from the classic overlooked nice guy into a more charismatic, a bit wise, interesting, magnetic man. We're going to break down why nice is not enough and how to keep your authenticity while updating the serving beliefs and behaviors that hold you back, and how to develop the life experience and storytelling skills that make you truly magnetic. I'm going to give you 5 actionable steps, each with practical exercises to help you become the man that you've always wanted to be. A little bit more interesting, a little bit more respected, and genuinely attractive, genuinely magnetic. So for the guys who are new on our channel, my name is Rink. It's the most Dutch name that you can think of. An actual Frisian name. I've helped countless men in the past 18 years to break free from the limitations of the nice guy persona and step into their full potential. And I know what it's like to feel stuck. I once too was that nice guy that just, I know what it's like to feel stuck. I know what it's like to want to be liked by people in general, by women, to crave a little bit more excitement in my life, to crave a little bit more respect, to crave a little bit more connection. And through years of coaching and personal experience, I've learned exactly what it takes to keep your heart while building your edge. So let's dive into transformation. Let's stop talking about change and become the change. But I always like to start with disarming a few serving negative beliefs and hopefully inspiring a little bit of action. Because maybe you, like me once in the past, worry that if you stop being a nice guy, you're going to have to become someone that you are not. Cold, arrogant, or fake. But the truth is that you don't have to lose your kindness. You do not have to lose your values to become more charismatic and more attractive. In fact, the most magnetic men, in my opinion, are those who combine genuine warmth with confidence, with life wisdom, with a sense of adventure. So it's about adding new layers to who you are, not erasing your core. Another common belief is that charisma and life experience are things that you're born with, or you're simply not. This could not be further from the truth. Charisma is a skill, and life experience is something that you build. One step, one story, one bold move, one mistake at a time. Every man has the potential to become more interesting, respected, and attractive, no matter where he's starting from. You too, no matter where you're starting from. And I understand from personal experience that it's easy to feel stuck in old patterns, especially if you've been the nice guy for years. It took me 31 years of life to understand that I was a nice guy, a needy, balanced person, and being nice was my life strategy. So I understand what it's like. And maybe you too are afraid that if you change, people won't like you, that you will lose friends, that you will lose your sense of self. But real growth is about updating the parts of you that no longer serve you, while keeping and actually strengthening the qualities that you truly value. So you can be both kind, captivating, caring, confident, and nice to others from a non-needy. Imagine being the man who lights up a room the moment you walk in. Not because you're trying to please everyone, but because you have stories to share, because you have wisdom to offer, because you have a magnetic presence that draws people in. This is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of who you really are. Isn't that a great way to look at it? You're finally going to become who you are supposed to be. So let's get started on your transformation. We are here to lead the change. Step 1, what you're going to do, and guys, please write this stuff down. This is not about listening and then thinking that you know it. You have to write things down. You have to reread it. You have to reflect on things. You have to do something with the information. Otherwise, it's just information in the ether. And there's a lot of information in the ether. So write this down. Step 1, you're going to identify and update your limiting beliefs. I hope you guys on TikTok can see this as well. Welcome, by the way. I'm recording it. It's going on our YouTube channel. If you want to watch our trainings, go to Mancademy TV on YouTube. I've got loads of trainings about mindset, communication, attraction, science. Today we're talking about how to go from a nice guy to a charismatic man. And step 1 is identifying and updating your non-serving, limiting nice guy beliefs. And that's the first step in your transformation. It's to get clear, crystal clear, on which part of the nice guy persona are holding you back. You are just there to hold you down. A lot of nice guys often believe that being agreeable, avoiding conflict, always putting others first will earn love and respect. But in reality, these behaviors make you seem passive, make you seem weak, make you seem predictable, make you easy to overlook, and make you emotionally flat. So start by reflecting on your core beliefs about yourself, your core beliefs about, well, in our case, about relationships. Are you afraid to say no, for example? Do you avoid expressing your true opinions to keep the peace? Do you put others' needs ahead of your own, even when it hurts you, even when it doesn't serve anyone? These are patterns, and these patterns may have served you in the past, but they are not helping you to become the man that you want to be. They're not helping you now. So you're going to have to update your beliefs. And updating your beliefs doesn't mean that you have to become selfish, rude, or what a lot of guys actually say, oh, so I have to become an asshole. No, you don't have to jump all the way to the other non-serving end of the spectrum. It's not about that. It's about learning to value your own needs, how to set healthy boundaries, how to express yourself honestly, with integrity, in a respectful way, if possible. When you start doing these things, it's when you start making that mental shift towards setting healthy boundaries, learning to express yourself in a direct way. It feels freeing. That's how it felt to me. I felt free when I started to do these things. When you do this, you become more authentic. You become more of who you are supposed to be, who you want to be. And authenticity is a key ingredient of charisma. And the more you practice standing up for yourself and sharing your true thoughts, your true beliefs, your true feelings, the more people will respect you, and the more people will be drawn to who you really are. Not the fake you, not the one that you're trying to communicate, hoping that people like you. Doing that will make people like the fake part of you. To me, it felt really unsustainable. I was not being who I wanted to be. I was hoping that other people would like me And I wasn't being true to who I was. And at some point, after I've been through, I told you guys about it, my very heavy relationship breakup, after a long toxic period, I was emotionally drained. And I knew that I had to change. Be the change. Don't talk about it. Be the change. Because when you do, you will start to feel a new sense of freedom, a new sense of confidence. And others will notice that change. You will lose a few friends along the way. It's what happens. Identifying and updating limiting beliefs. How are you going to do that? Well, first of all, you're going to write down 3 beliefs or 3 habits that you have as a nice guy that you want to update. And you're going to have to sit down, reflect on it, and you're really going to have to think about all of the things that you do on a daily basis that you don't actually want to do. Because your action steps are based on your beliefs. So what are the habits that you have that are not serving you? The second thing that you're going to do is you're going to practice saying no or expressing a different opinion. Maybe you have to start in a low stakes situation, but start this week. Your path to freedom, emotional freedom, starts right now. It starts today. Reflect on how it feels. How it feels to put your own needs first. How it feels to actually say what it is that you think. Say what it is that you want. Even in small ways. Notice the reactions of others. The second step, and this is important, you're going to develop life outside of your comfort zone. I speak to too many men on a weekly basis that are stuck inside the house, behind their laptops, computers, phones, playing games, scrolling on TikTok, not living life, not developing life experience, not becoming an interesting person, living well within the boundaries of their comfort zone. In my opinion, that is not where you live life. That's where life happens to you. If you want to become a more charismatic man, you're going to have to develop some life wisdom, some life experience. And life is experienced outside of your comfort zone. Charismatic men are often those who have lived life fully. They have taken risks. They tried new things. They learned from their mistakes. They're not afraid to make more mistakes. They gladly make mistakes because they know that there's things to learn from those mistakes. And bringing back the stories of those adventures, that's what makes you interesting. So if you want to become more interesting, more charismatic, more magnetic, more attractive as a man, you're going to have to start building your own life experiences. And you don't do that in the jerking off. You do that outside. Now, this doesn't mean you're going to have to travel the world and climb mountains and Mount Everest, unless you actually want to. But it does mean saying yes to new opportunities and new challenges. Sometimes I speak about something small from my own experience. Like years back, I think it was 2012, 2013, where I finally took a step to learn how to dance salsa. It was something that I would usually never do. I thought it was gay as fuck, and why would I, a kickboxer, go and do this on a dance floor? For some reason, I kept seeing these videos passing by on YouTube, and I saw this guy, and I'm gonna give him a shout out. His name is Terry from France, and I saw him dance on a song that I thought was really cool. I used to be a DJ. I still have my music studio right here. I know music. I'm a percussionist. I played Brazilian percussion instruments in the past. So I know music. I saw him dancing, not on the music, but with the music. It was the coolest thing that I ever saw. I could not deny it. The guy was like, he's awesome. He's a world top dancer. And I thought to myself, and I really had to look in the mirror here. I had to reflect here and say to myself, look, you bald asshole with your big mouth, your way too big ego. You cannot say that what that guy is doing is not absolutely fucking cool, because it is. And it looked awesome. And I told myself, look, if you can only grab one 1% of what that guy is doing, 1%, you'd be a lot cooler than you are right now. So I took the step. I went to my first salsa classes. Now, years later, I can actually say with a big stupid smile on my face that I am now an international show dancer. Not a high level, still, a student team level, but still international show team dancer. I've performed in Holland, Belgium, and Germany. That's international. I've been on adventures with our show team and we worked really hard. It's been a ride. By the end of November, actually, I'm going to Zagreb. It's another 3-day salsa festival. Going with some friends. Laughing, dancing until I sweat and my legs are breaking. I'm going on adventures because a few years back, I took that one step outside of my comfort zone and told myself, look, you're going to have to do this. I was inspired by the guy that I saw and I said to myself, you're probably not going to be as good as him, but if you can take 1% of what he is displaying, you would already live a lot cooler life. And there I went. And that's just one of the many adventures I've embarked on. I have a lot more to share. But I hope this inspires you a little bit. Start identifying areas of your life where you've been playing it safe, like I have in the past. And maybe you stick to the same routines, avoiding meeting new people, avoiding social situations, shy away from activities that scare you. The first time I got on stage, I was scared shitless. I actually looked pretty cool. But the emotions, it was awesome. Growth happens. Life happens. Adventures happen when you are stepping outside of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. It doesn't matter who has an opinion. It doesn't matter what people have to say, especially on my TikTok channels. I have a Dutch channel. It's one big hornet's nest of negative comments. I don't give a shit. I do it for the one person that I can inspire to take action. I do it for me to learn to improve my English speaking. I still stumble across my words. I don't give a shit. I have something to share. I'm doing it. Here, there you go. Take it, use it. If not, all is well. Every new experience, big or small, gives you stories to share, gives you lessons to learn, like I'm learning right now. It gives you confidence to carry into your next interactions. And the more you push your boundaries, the more you will discover about yourself, the world, and in our case, about women, that there are actually a lot of amazing women out there. And this sense of adventure is incredibly, it's captivating, it's magnetic, it's attractive, it's very, very interesting to women and to everyone you meet. Remember, you do not have to change everything overnight. Start with small steps. Try a new hobby. Join a new social group. Try a class, try a dance class. Get out of the house and do stuff. Or simply strike up conversations with strangers. And over time, all of these experiences, they will add up and they will make you a richer, more compelling person. So what are your action steps going to be this week? You're going to choose one new activity or experience to try this week. I hope for you that you choose an experience that scares the shit out of you. That's my wish for you. If you're not going to take that step, at least choose something that excites you or scares you a little bit. The second thing that you're going to do is you're going to keep a journal of your adventures in which you write things down you learn from your new adventures, and share one of your experiences with a friend or in a social setting. Focus on the things that made it meaningful to you. All right, let's crack on. Step number 3, you're going to master, or at least improve, your storytelling skills. Because one of the most powerful ways to become more charismatic and more attractive is to learn how to tell great stories. Stories are how we connect, how we inspire, how we leave a lasting impression, how we emotionally touch people. Stories allow you to share your life experience, your wisdom, your personality in a way that draws people in and makes you memorable. So start by thinking about moments in your life that have shaped you, funny things that happened, sad things, big wins, tough lessons, unexpected adventures. Practice telling these stories in ways that are engaging and relatable. Focus on the emotions, the details. What did you see? What did you feel? What did you smell? What did you hear? Instead of just telling the facts. Great storytellers know how to read their audience and adapt their stories so that it fits their audience. They use humor, suspense, authenticity to create a connection. And the more you practice, the more natural it will feel. And the more that people will want to join you, want to be around you, want to hear more of you. There's a difference between telling a great story or bragging. You have to understand that storytelling is not about impressing others or making yourself the hero. It's about sharing your journey. It's about sharing your growth. It's about your unique perspective and sharing it in a way that makes people they don't want to leave you anymore. When you do this authentically, you will become someone people actually want to know and remember. Some action steps that you can take are write down 3 stories from your life that taught you something important or made you laugh. You're going to practice telling these stories to friends, to family, focusing on making them engaging and fun. And then pay attention to how people respond and refine your storytelling based on their reactions. There you go. Step number 4. You're going to cultivate wisdom and emotional depth. Charisma is not about simply being entertaining. It's also about having depth, having insight, being socially intelligent, being emotionally intelligent. Specifically are drawn to men who have learned from their experiences, who can offer perspective, who aren't afraid to be real about their struggles, their growth, and the mistakes they made, and who are able to share it in an interesting way. So start by reflecting on the lessons that you've learned from your life so far. What challenges have you overcome? What mistakes have you made? What have you learned from those mistakes? What values matter the most to you? Have you changed or grown over the years? Why is that? Sharing your wisdom without preaching and without trying to sell other people on your ideas and on your perspectives shows that you are thoughtful, that you are self-aware, that you are grounded, that you are able to communicate in an interesting way. Emotional depth also means being able to connect with others on a real level. Listen actively, ask great questions, ask meaningful questions. When you don't even have to talk a lot. You can make them speak. Go inside and share things from their life in a way that they've never done before with anyone else. So ask great questions. Learn how to ask great questions. And when you can relate to people's feelings, when you can share your own, you create a sense of trust, a sense of intimacy, which is very attractive. It feels really comfortable, especially to women, when you are the guy that can do that. So don't be afraid to show who you really are. Don't be afraid to show your authentic self. Don't be afraid to admit your mistakes. Don't be afraid to talk about your fears. Don't be afraid to talk about your uncertainties. It makes you more human and more relatable. And actually, when you can do it from a place of strength, not from a needy frame. One thing that a lot of guys complain to me about is how they have been dumped by their ex-girlfriend. You can actually talk about that to communicate your emotional strength. How can you do that? Well, for an example, you can choose option 1 and be the whiner. I don't trust women anymore because, like all my exes, they dumped me for Tyrone Thundercock or Kevin from sales. And now I have all these traumas and I don't know what to do with myself, which is what a lot of guys do. I see it because most of you You're sending app messages, trying to be vulnerable. You're writing whole books about your insecurities in a very insecure way. However, you could also choose option B and go like, my ex-girlfriend chose Tyrone over me. Well, to be honest, Tyrone is very handsome. I would choose him over me. But you know, that's part of life, and now I'm here with you. So there we go. Those are two examples of how to do it and how not to do it. Shows strength, courage. Because it takes courage to be open and honest. But don't do it from a needy frame. Do it from a solid frame. Use a little bit of humor to make it light. That's how you communicate. Life happened to me too. I too have been dumped for a better option, but I know how to deal with it, which communicates emotional strength, emotional resilience, and that is a very attractive feature. And the more you cultivate emotional depth, life wisdom, and the more you share it with people, the more people will actually seek you out for advice, seek you out for support, seek you out for connection. And you will actually become a source of inspiration and comfort, not a source of entertainment. So, this week, reflect on a challenge that you faced in life. And what have you learned from it? Write it down in great detail. What did I think about it? What did I feel? What did I smell? What did I hear? Like great detail, emotional details. Practice sharing your insights with someone you trust, focusing on being open and authentic. In conversations, let's say you're on a date. Ask her about her experiences in life. Listen deeply to her stories. Ask great questions about those stories she's sharing with you. Instead of asking, what do you do for a living? What kind of music do you like? Those boring questions. They make her drier than the Sahara Desert. Stop doing that. Step number 5. You're going to integrate your new charisma with your authentic self. You're going to integrate your new charisma with your authentic self, because this is the final step. It's to bring everything together. Combining your new charisma, your life experience, and your wisdoms with your genuine kindness and your values, all the things that make you who you are. That's what you want to do. This is about becoming a more complete version of yourself, a more compelling version of yourself, a more magnetic version of yourself, a more interesting version of yourself. Not abandoning your core. Start by noticing how your interactions change as you update your beliefs. Try new things. Share your stories. Pay attention to the qualities you want to keep. Your humor, your kindness, your empathy, your loyalty. And let those shine in everything you do. Let those shine through. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to figure it all out. When you look into a social setting, there's always that one person that above all everyone else is the most charismatic one, right? We all know that. You think that they have it all figured out? That they are perfect? No, they're not. Are those who are always growing, always learning, always true to themselves, and sharing their life's journey with you. Embrace your journey because it will empower your growth. Celebrate your progress. Keep refining your approach as you go. It doesn't have to be perfect. You should make mistakes. You should bump against the wall. You should stumble over a hurdle and fall and smack your face in the dirt. It's part of life. It has to be there. That's what makes your life more interesting. It's the mistakes. It's all the things that don't go perfect or well. And as you integrate your new skills and your new experiences and your new way of communicating, you will find that people will respond to you in new ways. Women will respond to you in new ways. You will attract more respect. You will attract more interest. You will attract more genuine connections. You will attract a higher quality of people around you. That's literally what's going to happen. Why? Because you are growing. You are vibrating on higher levels. So you will connect to better people, higher quality people. without losing the parts of you that matter the most. Action step for this week. Make a list of the qualities you love about yourself and that you want to keep as you grow. And reflect on how your new experiences and skills are enhancing your interactions. Set an intention to show up as your most authentic, most charismatic self in every social situation from now on. You have to make that your life's mission. Look, to go from a nice guy to a charismatic man, you are going to have to update your limiting beliefs. You're going to have to seek out new experiences. You're going to have to master storytelling. You're going to have to cultivate wisdom and integrate your growth with your authentic self. And this journey is about becoming more of who you truly are, the interesting you, the attractive you, the magnetic you, the deeply respected you, without losing your kindness or your values. Every day that you don't take action is a day that you miss out on deeper connections, on more excitement, on interesting experiences. You're literally letting life happen to you. I'm speaking to a lot of guys every single week who are unhappy inside their very small bubble of comfort. What you have to understand is that there are men out there right now who are living boldly, sharing their stories, sharing their life experiences, improving their communication skills, just simply by doing it, attracting the people and the opportunities that they actually want, attracting the women that they actually want. Don't let the fear, your old habits, hold you back. Start your transformation today. Start your transformation right now. We are not here to talk about change. We are here to lead it. We are men. Let's lead the change. Let's be the change. If you are ready to become the charismatic, wise, and attractive man that you know you can be, start with these 5 steps. Identifying and updating your limiting beliefs, developing life experiences, improving your storytelling skills, cultivating wisdom and emotional depth, and integrating your newfound charisma with your authentic self. And share your progress. Share your progress in the comments. Share your progress with your brothers in our new online community. We have an online community. If you want to have access to that community, it's free. Shoot me a message below the video. And subscribe for more and invite a friend to join you on this journey. You don't have to go through it alone. And if you don't have any friends, join our community. You will make new friends. In this community of self-development, I've made lifelong friends. If I can do it, so can you. The only thing standing between you and the life that you want is action. So take it now. And remember, you don't have to choose between being a good man and being a magnetic one. You can be both. So embrace your growth, share your stories, and let your true self shine. The world is waiting for you, man. Step it up and lead with your heart, with your wisdom, with your charisma. Brother, that's my wish for you. With a lot of love, I will see you in the next training.